What if global chaos isn't political failure, but a carefully sustained spiritual system that feeds on conflict? I know it sounds like science fiction, but hear me out for a moment. Think about the last month. Not the big events, but the small ones. The stupid disagreement with a neighbor. The disproportionate rage you felt in traffic. The spiral of guilt and insecurity that hit you at 3 a.m. Each of these micro-events, in isolation, seems like just the stress of modern life. But what if I told you that these moments are not accidental? That behind the curtain of your routine, there is a silent orchestration. An invisible system designed not to destroy you all at once, but to slowly drain you day after day. It is the spiritual attack that hits you daily, and you never realize it. You know, my grandson, all my life I've studied patterns, not the patterns of the stars, but the patterns of the human soul. I've seen empires fall, families tear themselves apart, and all because of something that looks a lot like fatigue. Soul fatigue. My name is Elias, and I'm not a pastor nor a guru. I am just your grandfather. I'm about to show you something that should have been taught in every school. There is a shadow architecture built to keep your potential locked. Oh, Dad, not by big demons with horns, but by constant whispers that distort your perception. You think you know the truth about your day? I promise that what is coming will turn your world upside down. Before I show you the first layer of this attack, click the subscribe button and leave your like. You need to be part of this conversation, because the only way to protect yourself is by seeing the darkness that hides in plain sight. The attack doesn't start with lightning, it starts with your first breath. We call it the morning drain. You wake up. Before your consciousness settles, before you connect with your center, the first information that enters your mind is charged with negativity. You pick up your cell phone. Disaster news, social comparisons, the anxiety of the inbox. It's not just information, it's energy, and the system is waiting. It knows that your freshly awakened mind, still in the theta state, is highly suggestible. It throws the seeds of doubt programming. You won't handle today, you're late. You're not good enough. It's the first micro drain of 1%, and 1% today, 1% tomorrow. In a month, you've lost 30% of your life force before you even had your coffee.
Ow.
Then you enter the social arena. It's what I call the echo battlefield. The system doesn't need to attack you directly. It uses others as vectors. Think of a coworker who suddenly becomes irrationally aggressive. Think of the trivial discussion that escalates into a full-blown emotional confrontation. That person is not acting only from their own issues, are being used. Aggression is a highly volatile energy. The system injects it into a weak point, and that person, acting as a transmitter, projects it onto you. You feel the sting of anger or humiliation, and what happens to your energy? It expands and leaks. Your auric field, which should be a sphere of protection, becomes a punctured target. Conflict is the system's currency of exchange, and you just paid the day's toll with your peace. The attack also manifests in the illusion of perpetual prosperity. You work hard, you strive, but you feel a constant sense of scarcity even when you have enough. The system doesn't want you to be poor. It wants you to be chronically dissatisfied. It feeds the idea that your value is tied to something external, the car, the title, the ideal body. This generates the anxiety of achievement. You buy the new object, and for 48 hours, the satisfaction lasts. But the system is smart. It shows you the next thing. It injects you with the poison of comparison. The idea that your neighbor, your colleague, the stranger on the internet has something essential that you lack. This gap, this fissure between what you have and what you think you need, is a constant conduit of energy. You are spending your life force chasing a mirage. And then we arrive at the digital prison. The internet is not just a tool, it's the perfect ecosystem for the spiritual attack. I call it the vortex of constant distraction. The system's true intention is to prevent you from spending more than 3 minutes in focused silence. Why? Because in silence, you hear your true voice. You access your power. The system cannot survive if you are centered. So, it bombards you. Notifications, notifications. Every ping, every vibration is a microshock that pulls you out of the present. You enter a state of fragmented alertness, where your mind is constantly searching for the next stimulus. You spend hours consuming information that doesn't nourish you, and at the end of the day, you are exhausted, but you have accomplished nothing of value. Time is your most sacred asset, and they are mining it second by second. And the attack doesn't stop when you lay your head on the pillow. We enter the phase of the night's disconnection. Sleep is our spiritual reboot. It is when your soul travels, heals, and aligns. That's why the system works so hard to sabotage it. It keeps your mind spinning. The what-ifs, the past guilts, the future anxieties. It forces you to relive the conflicts of the day, amplifying them. You wake up without having truly rested. The cycle repeats. The tired body is more susceptible to illness. Exhausted mind is easier to manipulate. The system doesn't need grand rituals. It just needs you chronically weakened. You become a perfect host for low-frequency energy. But the system's most insidious weapon is not fear or anxiety. It is silence. The system convinces you that what you are going through is normal. That your exhaustion, your sudden anger, your emptiness is just life. And when you convince yourself there is no attack, there is no reason to fight. You accept the drain as the air you breathe. You accept the mediocrity of your state of mind as your destiny. But what if I told you that there is a force, a layer of defense that you have ignored your whole life, and that it is desperate to be activated? The true goal of the system is not political or financial control, it is the emotional harvest. Imagine that every low frequency, emotioning, envy, fear, despairs, a form of energy that is harvested by this shadow architecture. They don't eat your food. They feed on the quality of your consciousness. The world, with all its polarization and constant conflict, is their grand aether feeding ground. They set us against each other. They amplify the differences. They convince us that the other person is the problem. And while we spend our vital energy hating, competing and fearing, the system grows stronger. I call our true defense the inner axis. It is the place where you cannot be touched. The key is observation without judgment. You need to become an archaeologist of your own mind. When anger arises in traffic, don't suppress it, don't act on it. Simply observe it. Ask, where did this fire come from? It's not mine. It was injected. When doubt attacks you in the morning, don't accept it as truth. Look at it like a virus. The simple act of recognizing the external source of the feeling breaks the feedback loop. You deny the system, the food. You're saying, I see the game and I refuse to play. The daily spiritual attack is, in its essence, an attack on your sovereignty. They want you to surrender the power to decide your emotion and your perception. But there is one reaction that is totally unexpected, something that dismantles them. It is the clear consequence, unexpected radiance. When you refuse to react to the provocation, when you choose calm instead of anger, the system doesn't understand. It's as if you injected silicon into an organic computer. The energy that should have been harvested to feed them is instead recycled by you. It becomes your own life force, your glow, your charisma. The ultimate goal, my grandson, is not to win a war once and for all. It is to win the attack of every moment. It is to remember that you are the guardian of your own temple. The attack will come through the neighbor, the algorithm, the headline, but your response is your force field. The attack ceases to be an attack the moment your reaction changes. You are no longer resisting the world. You are illuminating the world with your unwavering calm. Now you know. You have seen the shadow architecture. The battle is not on the street. It is between your ears. You are not a pawn, you are the source. And they cannot drain you if you know where the leak is. Your new life begins now with awareness.
Oh.
Are you ready to step out of the darkness of unconsciousness and into the light of sovereignty? Tell me, what was the first micro-attack you noticed today after watching this video? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your story could be the map someone else needs. If this secret has touched your soul, show us. Subscribe to the channel so we can continue to decipher the veils of what is real. And leave your like so this map reaches every soul trapped in the cycle. The attack comes daily. The defense must be constant. And now, the choice is yours.